So I'm going to do a PSA right now. If anyone has any concrete proof or concrete evidence of who the Leaping Lemur is, Major Chilia, Kiwi Tapes, any of them really, and I'll give you a reward of $50. We're going to see how close your type circle of friends really is.
This does not even deserve a captain's log introduction, because this is dead serious.
How's it going, guys? Today, we have none other for you than Uncle Gums. If you've never heard of Uncle Gums, let me explain. For a long time, myself and many other creators who cover similar topics would see this guy, Uncle Gums, comment frequently under all of our videos claiming that he's a lolcow and deserves to get covered. And as confusing as that sounds, since being a lolcow usually like 99% of the time comes with a lot of detriments. But nonetheless, Uncle Gums was headstrong about it. He really wanted this. You'd see him every single time begging to get covered. Now myself, like many other content creators, ignored his crash outs until a friend of the channel, the Leaping Lemur, also my co-host on the Barnyard every Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern, decided to look into him, and what he discovered kinda shocked us all. Uncle Gums was everything he said he was, and more. It was discovered that Uncle Gums would find young photos of teenagers or younger and post them on his profile, either virtually adopting them or roasting them. As you could imagine, the town he's from became furious, labeling Uncle Gums as a local predator. After this, Uncle Gums decided he had one option left in life, and no, it wasn't to stop posting people's teenagers on the internet. It was to double down and prove that what he's doing is right, because he's not the wrong one, everybody. We are for even considering that he's weird. Uncle Gums is one of the biggest degenerates I've come across on the internet, and one of the most oblivious. Because after getting covered by the Leaping Lemur, not only was it now his local town, now the entire internet realizes what Uncle Gums is doing, and they have something to say about it. So Uncle Gums did what he does best. Sometimes Uncle Gums will feel a lot of pressure and pretend to flee. He'll be like, you guys have won, I give up. But the only thing he's really doing is just like hiding away for a week so he can come back and be like, haha, you guys thought I was away? Looks like I proved you guys wrong. I was never gonna leave. And all the creepy videos that I deleted, well, I'm putting them back up because I don't care that you guys think I'm a weird guy. I'm gonna continue to do this no matter what you think. And that's what makes Uncle Gums one of the worst. He finds some kind of weird enjoyment from this, but don't just take my word. Listen to Uncle Gums himself.
Hello YouTube. Hello TikTok. Well, let's get started. Why is your Uncle Gums on TikTok doing what he's doing? Well, because I can. People saw my name, thought I was just a kid, so they blocked me. Once they found out I was an adult, they immediately assumed I was a predator. Just because of my name, Uncle Gums. You're a predator. So, after hearing that for about a week or two, being constantly kicked, being invited up to lives and kicked out of lives, just once they heard me talking, I got thinking, if I'm already going to be labeled a predator, I might as well start acting like one. But I'm going to do it. But I thought I'm going to do it in the most legal way possible. And then some people saw my corny singing and thought, hey, this guy's pretty chill. He's not trying too hard to do anything. Let's see if he'll do a song about me. And I did. And I was singing happy birthdays and happy graduations in a really corny way. And I thought it was pretty cool to get that kind of attention. It wasn't much, but it was something.
Man, Uncle Gums immediately opens this segment by showing how little he cares. Yes, Uncle Gums, you can post your weird adoption videos on the internet. You 100% can, but there's a catch. As soon as you do weirdo stuff like that, people are going to take notice and call you out on it. There's nothing funny about making false adoption videos. I don't even know how you could wrap your mind around that. There is zero comedy. All you're going to get is people disliking you and far more. Could you guys imagine that you're scrolling through Facebook or TikTok and all of a sudden you see your son or daughter getting quote unquote adopted by this guy, you would be furious. I couldn't imagine the person that would be cool with it. And then when you investigate the person, you see this, him saying he doesn't care and will continue to do it. You would probably want that account gone and that person exposed at the very least. And that's just the tip of the iceberg of what Uncle Gums has done. He's not randomly finding these people and then adopting them, even though that's one of the creepiest things I've ever heard. He's going into Snapchat group chats to talk to them and learn about them. And why at first, Uncle Gums, would they assume that you're in high school? Nothing about him says high school. No one would assume that unless that's what you was trying to portray to them. But when that didn't work out, you just dropped the facade. It's no problem, guys. I'm just your creepy Uncle Gums. Now he's trying to actively buddy up with these teenagers. And unfortunately, guys, teenagers aren't always the best judge of character. And when they see this weird old guy, they probably mess with him a little bit. And what are teenagers known for? Not thinking ahead. So they're sending Uncle Gums their friends or people they don't like in school, so Uncle Gums will attach himself to them. That is one of the worst things I've ever heard in my life. How could he not see that's what would happen? It's because he genuinely doesn't care, and maybe potentially, allegedly, that's probably what he wants. And he's not even trying to hide his intentions. After 2 weeks of being labeled a white Bowser, he just dives headfirst into it, saying he's going to do it as legal as possible. Like, what? No, just normal people don't work like that. It sounds like a man who's been outed and now is trying to make every excuse possible for his actions.
And you gotta remember, most of my audience was teenagers, or what I thought was teenagers, which it didn't really matter to me, because people are people, right? I just thought, whatever gets me the most attention works for me, you know? Our Discord friends, I did have friends, well, Discord friends, for about, people I had known for about 10 or 12 years. And I started doing this silly TikTok stuff. And with the climate of 2024 and all the out there, that my buddy saw it and thought, oh no, he's gone the way of the Diddy. He must be stopped. And so they unfriended me. But yeah, most people kept saying, well, if you roast adults, if you adopt adults, people won't have a problem. And then I started roasting adults, and people could magically scroll down then and see that I had roasted before, but with the allegations that I targeted the town of Mount Pennsylvania, the high school, or the in the high school, that was never my intention. It just kind of took off. I was singing, like I said, I was singing corny videos, corny songs, which that account has now been bananered, but I still saved all the videos. And maybe someday I'll post them all again, whether you like it or not. Some people in the town will always want to think of me as a predator, because they got no other way of thinking, because they think that's what all old people on social media are all about. Most of them are, if you think about it.
Uncle Gums, it's not necessarily about your audience. I know there's multiple elderly people who play RuneScape with a sizable audience, and I'd guarantee a chunk of their fan base is teenagers. But they don't do what you do. If you had just been a regular guy making people laugh, then no one would question your fan base. It's the fact you seem to seek these certain groups of people out and attach yourself to them. And the kind of content you make, if any creator right now did what you do for content just once, it's game over. And everyone in this dude's life, or who was in his life before he started doing this, left you. All of them. Nobody remains except these so-called characters you created for yourself. These were people you said you talked to for over 10 years. Think about that. Decade-long relationships, and they cut you off instantly. They did the right thing. But here Uncle Gums is questioning why they would do this to him, why they would label him like everyone else does. It's because they see your true character now. You've shown your colors. This isn't a game that you're playing, Uncle Gums. This is affecting people's real life. And he's over here talking like he's finally got a hit on the billboard, saying his video took off. Of course they took off locally. If I seen that going on in my town, I'm showing all of my friends and family, letting them know who you are. You're not like the next Sabrina. The people just exposed you. I mean, look, you can't even stop yourself from exposing you. At the end of this clip when he's like, I don't know why people assume most old guys prowling teenagers group chats are Bowsers. Well, most of them are. So yeah, for once, I would agree with you on something, Uncle Gums.
Just know that you too could be labeled. It could happen to anybody. It could happen to your relatives and your loved ones. No matter how innocent it is, that's just how it goes. Another thing about TikTok is when you get into a live and kids do come up into your lives, and if you start talking to them and another group of kids, another group of young people join and they have a difference of opinion, uh-oh, you must be a predator. Because if those people can do that to me, they're going to do it to you and others. And from the posts I've seen on their TikToks, they do this stuff to others without all the facts. One guy has been editing and posting snaps I've made to people that's making me look like the bad guy. Now, I have not blocked any of his accounts, but he keeps blocking mine that I have to create to see what he's been saying next about me. Oh, this Uncle Gums guy is a really sick bastard. He's not saying anything to even defend himself. Well, I can't, because the videos that they've made and the posts they've made, they blocked me from them, from even responding. So that's why I call myself Uncle Gums. And to be fair, I didn't come up with the name Uncle Gums. I used to be on Omegle. And one of the people that used to follow me, another teenager, said, I got thinking, I was asking people, what nickname could I come up with to get me, to make me be me for my character? And the consensus was I should call myself Uncle Gums. That's why I did that.
At the beginning of this segment, when he's like, look, I want all of you guys to watch out. This could happen to any of you. It's like, no, you are the only case of this I have ever seen. Not only with the weird videos you posted on the internet, but dragging yourself further into the depths. Remember guys, the only reason I or anyone else knows about Uncle Gums is because he begged to get videos made on him. I ignored him forever, and you guys saw the intro to this video. Uncle Gums was trying to pay people for information on me. He's got a solid 50 bucks guys, so if you're down bad and willing to investigate, there you go. I even let some of my family members know of the offer. They almost betrayed me, but the 50 wasn't quite enough. Could have bumped those numbers up, Uncle Gums. But maybe after this video, he might raise it to a solid hundo. But back on track a little bit, because there's another question that needs to be raised. Why was Uncle Gums on Omegle? Now, if anyone is unfamiliar with Omegle, it's a website, I don't know if it's still active or not, but you would just randomly video chat with people across the internet, and this gave weirdos the ability to do what weirdos tend to do, if you can catch my drift, to unsuspecting people. And here we have Uncle Gums saying he was a frequenter of that site and was still hanging out with teenagers at that time. There is something incredibly worrying about that to me, and I suspect to you guys too. There is no reason for Uncle Gums to be on Omegle, especially hanging out with teenagers again.
And if you're really so upset with me talking to your kids in the first place on Snap and what I was doing, then maybe you should keep more attention on what your kids are doing and I can help you with that. Information might upset my followers and my fans, but you know, I'm not trying to intentionally get people to hate me even more than they already do. It's just the way the world is today. There's a video I have where the parents seem to think that I was pleading to the kids that I was upset that their parents were having me blocked, or having them block me from interacting with me. That is a misconception. That is a misconception. I gladly accepted that those parents did that, and I still do. If your kids are featured in a video that I post about them and you don't like it, I have no problem with you having them remove me or block me or unfollow me. So go chew on that apple. Now I'd like to talk about my haters. And I love my haters because if they're following me, that's just increasing my attention. But some of these people on this since I've been posted on Facebook have contacted so-called predator, and I think what they really are is amateur predator that sit from their home and communicate with other people who got nothing better than their lives to do and think they're going to get famous like Chris Hansen. A lot of these people can't keep their facts straight. They love to do editing to make things look a certain way. And they ask me constantly to remove my content that I made about them. And after, even if I have, they cannot, and they haven't removed any of the content they made about me. There are going to be people that say, well, you shouldn't be doing it in the first place. Well, shouldn't be doing it and doing it are two different things. I guess how my mind works is if it's not illegal and it's not harming anyone physically, then what's the trouble? From this point forward, I will have people snap. Like I think I said before, I'll have them snap and have them so I could see their face live in the FaceTime. Because that's not even illegal, as y'all seem to suspect that it is. Because if I can talk to your kids live on TikTok in person, it's no different than them snapping me if they have a request to be featured on TikTok or YouTube. And if you think that's a problem, there's a slew of other content creators on YouTube that post your children's presence without even asking for anyone's permission, not even the children themselves. So go bite on that apple as well.
Uncle Gums, yes, parents should be watching their kids more online. That's not wrong. But what is wrong is the fact parents have to protect them from people like your actions. If you make content that you know parents need to safeguard their children from, specifically because you yourself may be a danger to them, I'd assume most people think you just shouldn't be on the internet at all, instead of having to safeguard anybody from you. But since you are here, people may as well take solace in the fact you outed yourself, and now people can keep a better eye on you. Because becoming a lolcow isn't good. Most don't end up like World of T-shirts where there's monetary gain behind it. Most just get exposed over and over again. And that seems to be your case. I've seen many lolcows who should have had a meeting with Gordon Flowers, but I've seen very few that actually do. It's you and EDP. But does that mean Uncle Gums is going to quit? No. He's just going to make sure to be more private this time around, and nobody cares about the legality of this. It's entirely up to your morals and character. People don't have to see this and wonder if it's legal to know if it's right or wrong. Just plain and simple, anybody can tell you this is wrong and something that needs to end.
Videos, and guess whose videos of me are still up? All the roasts that he roasted back at me still remained up for me to be ridiculed later. And last night, I was in a live with him. I saw him live, and I thought I'd go in and just say hi and see how he's doing as a person, not as a troll. And I got railed into with him. He just went off. Just, to some people, no matter how weird things may seem, just can't let go. And I think he could be around 17 or 18, a young adult. And the two girls up in his box started getting very belligerent with me, saying, why do you come into the live with teenagers? You're an old man. You should go away. It's like, that's a crime now, apparently.
You could end up in jail for that.
To randomly go into someone's live and be invited into the box. But it's okay for them to randomly go into an adult's live and have a conversation. It always seems to be the negative when the adult goes into the younger person's life.
Well, there we have it, everybody. That's the end of the video, but I don't think this will be the end of Uncle Gums, because Uncle Gums likes to run off every now and then thinking he caught a W, only to return and realize he just caught a bigger L than he did last time. But that's enough for me. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, follow the socials down below, and I'll catch you guys next time.